What is up, everybody? What is up, my Blaze of Blazers? My name is Sid Blaze Mama. Welcome to another reaction video. Back on the schedule, as you can see, new videos every single week. But if you want to stay up to date with stuff I do, or if you want to see more of what I do, feel free to follow me on TikTok. We've almost hit 10,000 followers on TikTok, so I'm excited to get to that far. I hope you guys will enjoy the videos there, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos here. So today we have another reaction video to an animation video, but this time for once it's not the odd ones out. It is a story time animation video, like one of those story animation videos. It's called ETU Animated Stories. I'll put their comment up, the channel down right here, and I'll link it in the description so you guys can see that. Basically, if you want to know what it's about, skip all of this if you don't really care and you just want to get to the video. But basically what it's about is a dude is a part of a family with 3 sisters. The dad wanted a girl. The dad made the boy act like a girl, dress like a girl, sound like all that girl stuff. He didn't want to be one, so when he became a teenager, he rebelled against his father, and then his parents made his life hell because of that. And he decided to create a business where he actually made money. Didn't tell any of his parents or his family until his family lost their house or whatever. And then he's like, hey, yo, I got all this money and stuff like that. And then the parents are like, oh, can we please stay with you? And he's like, yeah, bet. And I'm like, why don't you just leave them? And he's like, oh, they're my family, I can't leave them. So basically, right after that, when he starts going to college, he starts getting popular because of these business people. Really don't care. And his sisters are trying to use him for money now at this point. And so he basically got a fake girlfriend so that the sisters could leave him alone. And even she was greedy over his money and stuff like that. So he was just like, alright, you know what? I'm a big brain this real quick. I'm pretending that my business has gone bankrupt and stuff like that. He did that. It worked. This man is pretty much the Light Yagami of animated stories. And then it goes to another low because he meets a girl, he falls in love with her, they become boyfriend, girlfriend, stuff like that. Then he meets his business partner, and turns out that the girl that he's dating is the sister of that business partner, and the sisters of the protagonist, whose name is Milton, they go and they tell the business partner that Milton is a bad person. And so Milton loses his best business partner and his business goes in shambles. So then he decides to go to work at a bank, and after that he becomes extremely successful there, starting all the way from starting from the low, coming back to another high. His sisters are not asking him for money again because he's gotten back all the money after they just leached off of him again. And then he makes a new friend named Beth, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be going on a date or whatever like that. Right now where we're at, they just went to like this big gala thingy. And when they went to this big gala thingy, they met the sisters and whatever. The sisters were trying to antagonize Beth, but it didn't do nothing to her. She stayed strong, unlike Melissa, who's the girlfriend of the sister of the dude who owned the business.
What?
There's a lot to tackle here. There's a lot to talk about. So I want you to go and watch all the other parts. There's 5 of them. I just condensed all 5 parts in like 2 minutes. So go and watch all 5 of the parts if you want an actual clear version, because I know I messed up like 9 different types of things in every single part in every single episode. Now let's begin in 3, 2, 1. We're blazing on with that play button.
Pack all your stuff and get the heck out of the office, he barked. You've been fired. I'm terminating all the contracts signed with you. You are no longer a partner in the bank. What? Why? I asked in shock.
Why? They keep doing my man Milton dirty. This dude is by far my favorite protagonist of all time in this animated series because 1, I don't watch any other series, so obviously that's a given. And 2, this man has Light Yagami'd himself through success and failure each and every single time. This
He was kidding, right? He couldn't do that. You are not entitled to ask me questions, he replied. I can fire anyone, anytime, without notice. Now get out! And then he hung up, leaving me frozen to my spot. Of course, why did I bother asking him? This was what Natalie had been planning, and this was all her doing.
Oh my god, okay. That is the sister that's so annoying, okay? She's literally Satan incarnate, and I cannot believe someone like her exists. I don't get why this man doesn't get a restraining order. I've asked that question in every single part, but you know what? It's for the story. I've never heard this in the news before, but you know, it's true, obviously.
I didn't even have words left to describe how I felt anymore. I got up from my seat and walked out of the office robotically. I started stumbling in my steps after leaving the building.
Where's Beth? Bring the Queen Beth.
Thinking about how my sisters had ruined my life so easily yet again. I had been fired and had lost everything I owned within a matter of a few seconds. It was so easy for them to do this to me again and again.
How does this keep happening? By the way, okay, so these are the two sisters. That is the ex-girlfriend. I'm explaining all of this to you just because in case if I don't Photoshop these people out and put them in the description earlier, then this will be useful. If I do this, then I will cut all this out. But if I don't do this, then I will not cut all this out, including what I'm just telling you right now.
Well, I could do nothing but watch it happen helplessly. I felt my phone vibrating in my pocket, but I was in no mood to check it. I was in no mood to do anything. I felt numb, both inside and outside.
Imagine if that was Beth.
Soon enough, I collapsed down in a corner of the sidewalk.
With his luck, it probably is.
Passerbys gave me a weird look, but none of it mattered to me at that moment.
Oof.
I don't know how long I was sitting there, but at some point of time, a pair of high heels stopped in front of my eyes. I glanced up to find Beth staring down at me.
Yes! It's the Queen!
A concerned look on her face. Milton, what happened? She asked in a quiet voice, crouching down in front of me. When I didn't reply, she pulled me closer to give me a hug. Don't know what happened, but I've been so worried about you, she said.
Yes!
I was waiting at that cafe for you and kept on calling you, but you didn't receive my calls. No one at the office.
I told you! I told you! I told you!
Where you disappeared to, so I decided to find you myself. And this is the last place I expected you to be. She pulled back to meet my eyes. Please, Milton, you have to tell me what happened with you. I'll help you with anything. I took a deep breath, trying to compose myself, but instead,
nah, fam, let it all out.
Tears.
Yeah, let it all out.
I couldn't take it anymore. I had been holding it in for too long, and this was
Yes,
the last
sir.
straw.
Yes,
Beth
sir.
pulled me into a hug again, and without asking any more questions, she called a cab and took me to her place. A few hours later,
I'm gonna tell you something, guys. They ain't just gonna play Super Smash Bros. They're gonna play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
she was handing me a glass of water. Are you feeling better now? She asked, taking a seat beside me on the couch. I nodded, and then cleared my throat. Thank you. For everything. Do you want to talk about what happened? She asked. Is there anything I can help you with? I shook my head. I have given up now. No matter what I do, it's my fate to always end
Nah, fam. Believe. Believe.
miserably. I don't have the energy to fight anymore. It will be better if I just rot away in a small apartment doing odd jobs to sustain myself.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. It's always the people that get down, that get brought to their lowest low. That's the test. That's the test right there. People watching this, if you ever get low in life, that's the test right there. Who will overcome that sadness? Who will overcome that despair? You need to be the Milton in your life and get back on top. But don't get fired again, because that would really suck. But I'm assuming that he's going to get back on top, because that's how protagonists always end up in the end. You're the protagonist of your own story. Get that happy ending. Do not surrender.
Milton. Beth placed a hand on my shoulder. I know it's difficult, and I know it feels like you can do nothing anymore. But please, just take some time to clear your head before arriving at any decision. It's not like you to give up.
This animation is blessed, by the way.
You're one of the strongest people I know. You always fight back and stand up on your feet, no matter
Yes,
what
sir.
life hurls at you.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
tired now.
Nah, man.
I
Nah.
know I can try and achieve everything again, but then what? Natalie and Penny will once again do something to
Restraining order. Restraining order. Restraining order. Restraining order. Restraining order.
I'm tired of this. Think about it, Milton, Beth prodded. Why is it so easy for them to do this to you every time?
I don't know, man.
Because they always get a hold of my business partners and bosses to turn them against me. Then,
I have no idea how the bosses
believe
believe
partners
them.
anymore, Beth suggested. Start your own independent setup, and instead of
He
relying
did that
on partners,
too.
you can rely on a huge customer base. Natalie certainly
wait.
can't get a hold of millions of people and turn them against you. Okay. Wow. When she put it that way, it seemed like there was still hope. She was right. I could start a customer-oriented company, and I would never again be at the risk of losing anything if I didn't have any partners.
Big brain, big
Have to
brain.
invest my own money. It was going to be a huge amount if I had to do everything myself from scratch. Beth offered me to stay at her place and remain underground for a while. It was better if I was not in the public eye for some time, and I just felt too disgusted in myself to even show my face to anyone. I gave up the luxury apartment in which I was living, as it was situated in the same building as the bank, and I started saving all my money. Now, I was going to need every single penny if I was going to build my company from scratch. After I cleared my head for the next 2 days, Beth and I sat down together to come up with a game plan. This was going to be my master stroke. I was not going to leave any loose end for my sisters to attack on. I studied all the reports and files of my previous company and jobs and found out every loophole. These were the holes that I was going to fill up this time and emerge stronger than ever. Beth helped me through every part of this process, and both of us came up with a solid strategy in the end.
Beth is such a queen.
There were 3 parts to our plan. Number 1, Beth was going to climb up the food chain of the bank and take over the founder. If James could take my company from me, then taking over the bank, which was controlled by such a hated person, wouldn't be too difficult. We just had to dig up some dirt on him, expose him, and BAM! He would have no option but to step down. Number 2, I was going to launch my own company. It was going to be all about cryptocurrency and the connected devices that would make the use of cryptocurrency easier. I needed a lot of funding for this.
Hold on, pause. Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency. A cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange, wherein individual coin ownership records are stored in digital leader and a digital leader of computerized. Okay, so it's a digital money, basically.
And Beth and I were going to pool in all of our savings together. Number 3, I was going to have a plan B this time. I needed something to fall back on if something went wrong. That's why, using whatever influence I had presently, I was going to launch myself into politics and grow in that field. Not only was that going to keep me covered, but also serve as a platform to speak my mind. So, this was what we decided after a whole month of deliberating on the pros and cons, the strong and the weak points, etc. Now, all that was needed was to apply these plans and get into action. We started with Beth. Beth's position had been stagnant for years. She had been a partner for many years now, and there was no progress. It was mainly because of the founder who didn't promote anyone past the partner position, because he wanted to be in the major control. Well, here was the thing. He had earned himself
there's
a bad
so many
reputation amongst
ads.
everyone because of his habits. As I already told you all, the bank would have closed long ago if not for his highly skilled and dedicated employees. On top of everything, his employees were loyal. No matter what he did or how bad he treated them, no one would ever raise a voice against him. Well, that was about to change. Now was the time to use my influence with the media and social sites to reveal what the founder had done.
Big brain.
If you all remember, then I was advertised all over the city when they made me the new partner. So, sacking me all of a sudden was surely going to raise a lot of questions. I had been underground for a month to avoid everything, to avoid people in general, but I couldn't do that any longer. I replied to all the media houses that had contacted me about my disappearance, and responded to all the social media queries. Many interviews and live broadcasts were scheduled, and I attended every single one of them to tell the truth.
Hey, so you're a rich bank man, so what happened, bruh? Dog, you would not believe it. I got fired because of my sisters. They the biggest market. Ah, I see. So, you didn't think to get a restraining order? Huh. Alright.
Tell the truth about the funder, what his real nature was, and how he had unjustly fired me. I also told everyone how he walked all over the people who were the reason to bring his bank to the top. Meanwhile, Beth worked from the inside and started a rebellion among the employees by igniting them against the founder.
Yes, sir!
Now, everyone was speaking about all the injustices they had suffered because of him. You would be surprised at the amount of stories being told by the employees on the TV every day. It was a national issue now. As a last stroke, I went to the police. I knew that the founder had some criminal record that he had buried with the help of his money and power. The police was absolutely enraged when I suggested this and asked me to leave, but I told them that I will turn people against them too if they don't hand over the copies of reports to me. To be honest, I didn't really expect them to take my threat seriously, but they did.
They did.
Man, it was a sight. It was like they were actually terrified of me. Could it be said that I had successfully achieved such a power on the media that all these corrupt people were actually scared of me? Well, whatever. Right now, my main priority was working according to my plans. The police report of all the cases against the founder was leaked in the media, and now people were seeing him for what he really was. He had no option but to step down under the immense pressure he was receiving from all sides. And with the majority vote from the board, Beth replaced him and was now in charge. She was at the highest rank in the bank hierarchy now. Now, I had to focus on plan number 2 and 3. I made appearances in media to share my knowledge about cryptocurrency with everyone. It took me a full month to clarify the visions of my company that I was going to launch an integration to the bank, with Beth's help. We were going to launch many different services under the bank and link it to my crypto. It seemed like everyone liked my idea a lot, and they were welcoming about it in general.
It's gonna go back down, isn't it? No! It ended! No! Why? Why do you have to end like this? Well, obviously, this is the new high in Milton, the best protagonist in this animated story, because I haven't seen any other story in his life this is the new high in his life. Where I don't think, okay, because it's saying part 6, I really feel like this is coming to an end soon. I need to see some lows, man. We obviously saw a huge low at the beginning, right? I mean, he got fired at the beginning. Like, did you see the ending of the last video of part 5? It literally was like, I got a call. And then this one is saying, you're fired. And it's like, bruh, at least we got the bank guy fired. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, watch all 6 of these parts individually. I talk during these things, okay? And I'm annoying. So, I know you guys did not get to hear everything. Watch all 5 of the parts, because I know, 6, watch all 6 of the parts, because I know my description was super flawed. I was just trying to get the plot out of the way and condense like 5 videos into like 2 minutes of knowledge. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Go check them out. I'll link them all in the description. Link all 6 of the videos, so you guys should be watching. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also, hit that notification button so that you know when my videos are coming out. Check out all my other cool videos. Check out all my other cool playlists. Follow me on TikTok to check out what I do every day if you want to stay on topic with me every day instead of just watching these videos that I upload every single week. I'm much more active there. We're almost at 10K. Let's get 10K at TikTok. And subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let's get it to 500, maybe even 1,000 followers by the end of 2020. I'll see you all next time, and until then, peace out, boom, for the Blaze Magmas.